Everyone has an opinion about Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard, even celebrities, but not everyone was on the same side during the trial. From Lance Bass to Donald Trump and everyone in between, here's what Hollywood thought about the Depp versus Heard trial. Not even the most famous people on social media were able to resist the memes. On the 16th day of the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard defamation trial, former NSYNC member Lance Bass shared a since-deleted video on TikTok depicting an exaggerated reenactment of Heard's testimony. Underneath a voiceover track of some of Amber's testimony in which she described an alleged violent episode in her marriage, Bass stumbled around and acted the testimony out. First, he sat on a couch before tumbling down onto a rug as Heard's voice stated, "I was just sitting there on this carpet looking at the dirty carpet, wondering how I wound up on this carpet and why I never noticed that the carpet was so filthy before." The tone of the video was funny, but the reactions to it were mixed. Some individuals on social media took offense to Bass's video due to the serious claims that Amber Heard was making in her testimony. For example, one Twitter user said, "This trial is about domestic violence, emotional abuse, and sexual assault." However, other users' responses were positive. Comedian Jenny Johnson wasn't bothered by the star's take on the situation and even responded to the clip and its reaction, saying, "As if I needed another reason to love Lance Bass anymore." Johnson also called the clip an Oscar performance. Still, after receiving all the backlash, Bass ultimately decided to delete the video. But now that the jury has found in Depp's favor, maybe he'll get back to posting what he thinks. During an episode of The Drew Barrymore Show, Drew Barrymore decided to discuss the Depp-Heard trial with her guest, Anthony Anderson. During her comments, Barrymore made light of some of the evidence revealed during the trial and brought up some of Depp's publicly released text messages. She also enthused about the circus that she felt the trial was becoming, freaking out about the proceedings like any other viewer.
I am on the feeder. It's like one layer of crazy. It's a 7-layer dip of insanity.
But not everyone was happy about the tone of Drew Barrymore's comments and took her to task for describing the competing allegations of domestic abuse so flippantly. The talk show host went on to say that she realized these statements reflected two individuals' real lives, but also stated that she didn't understand why they had exposed so much of their personal information during the trial. She couldn't help but comment on how crazy she found the situation. Due to the defamation trial's allegations, which included claims of domestic violence and sexual assault, many viewers felt that Barrymore had taken things too far and was insensitive to the situation. As a response to the backlash, Barrymore issued an apology for her remarks in a video on Instagram. She said in part,
"I just want to deeply apologize and appreciate everyone who spoke out."
The talk show host additionally declared that in holding herself accountable, she hoped to be a, quote, more thoughtful and better person moving forward. With plenty of celebrities eager to offer their takes on the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard defamation trial, it comes as no surprise that Julia Fox wanted to share her opinion as well. In response to a comment on Instagram, Kanye West's one-time flame claimed that Heard, quote, never had the power in the relationship and alleged that hitting wasn't abusive, writing, "Did she hit him? Yes. Was it abuse? No. You need to have power to be able to abuse it. He clearly was always way more powerful, including physically and financially." While some people agreed with the model's statement, many others found Fox's comment to be insensitive. One Twitter user strongly disagreed with the star's remark and even stated that Fox needed a reality check, while another wrote that the model, quote, represents the voices of idiots. Singer-songwriter Aubrey O'Day was one of the critics quick to respond to Fox's controversial statement. On Twitter, O'Day called Fox's opinion a trash take, writing, "Plenty of broke, short, skinny, non-famous people have abused their partner." She also added that she believed cruel and violent treatment was abusive no matter who was dishing it out. O'Day also said that a person's status isn't the deciding factor when it comes to experiencing domestic violence, claiming that plenty of influential individuals are hurt by their significant others due to, as she described it, jealousy. The May 14th episode of Saturday Night Live opened with a short bit parodying the trial. The sketch began with Kate McKinnon playing a reporter introducing coverage of what they called the Cuckoo Trial, before cutting over to the courtroom featuring several of the show's cast members. Still, despite its comedic intentions, many people weren't amused with what they saw on television. At one point in the sketch, Cecily Strong's judge approves evidence, declaring that,
"That's true, but I'll allow it, because it does sound fun, and this trial is for fun."
In the aftermath of the parody, SNL faced heavy backlash, with many viewers upset that a case involving domestic violence allegations was treated like a joke. One Twitter user referred to the bit as grotesque. Similarly, another called out, "So y'all saw a case involving testimonies about domestic violence, substance abuse, sexual assault, emotional trauma, mental illness, and medical emergencies, including people losing actual body parts, and your first thought was this would be a funny sketch for our comedy show."
Why? 'Cause it's funny.
With plenty of famous faces sharing their opinion on the defamation trial, Johnny Depp has continued to have strong public support from his ex-partner, actor Sherilyn Fenn. Back in May 2016, when the domestic violence allegations against Depp first began, Fenn posted an old photo of the former couple on Twitter, along with the caption, "I know JCD is not capable of the things being written." While the comments on her post were mixed, with both sides voicing their opinions, Fenn proved that she wasn't deterred by any backlash she received. She's continued to make social media posts offering her support to her ex. Fenn has shared various throwback photos of her and Depp on her Instagram and has even referenced the defamation trial. On April 28th, she posted, "Sending love, light, and prayer to John Christopher." As the legal battle continued, Fenn has continued to offer supportive posts in rotation with her other pics. On May 4th, Fenn shared another throwback photo with the caption, "When I love somebody truly, I do so for life, and I will continue to support JCD, my first love, at 19. More recently, the Twin Peaks actor has also referenced one of Depp's lawyers, Camille Vasquez, proclaiming that Vasquez's cross-examination of Amber Heard was helping to expose the truth in court. With the trial's verdict going Depp's way, it seems that Fenn was right about this attorney's chops. While some celebrities stayed quiet regarding the weeks-long defamation lawsuit, radio and television personality Howard Stern definitely wasn't shy about offering up his opinions on the matter. During the April 25th episode of his well-known radio series, The Howard Stern Show, the comedian and author chatted with co-host Robin Quivers about the star's legal battle. He commented,
"I was completely unaware of how entertaining the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial is."
Robin Quivers agreed with Stern's assessment and fanned out about the trial in her own way, saying, "I wish I had watched the first season, the trial over in London." As the pair began to chat about Depp's testimony, Stern said that the key issue in the lawsuit is Depp's infamous claim that Heard left her own feces on his side of their bed. He said, "There's nothing funnier than this. The reason I think he wanted that televised, is that's what narcissists do. On the narcissism scale, I think Johnny Depp is a huge narcissist, and what I mean by that is he figured, I'll put this on TV." Stern then added that he believed the Edward Scissorhands actor did so to try and charm the public with his statements. With plenty of opinions on the high-profile case floating around, it's no surprise that the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial made its way to the comedy stage. Recently, Chris Rock spoke about the pair's lawsuit during a comedy show in London for the UK portion of his Ego Death tour. During one part of his show, Rock reportedly spent time commenting on the publicized trial, allegedly saying, believe all women except Amber Heard." The comedian also went in on the claims that Heard had defecated in the couple's bed. According to the comic, anyone who was willing to do that was, quote, "guilty of everything." The actor then shared a few more of his thoughts on the situation and expressed shock that Depp and Heard had continued to have a relationship after the supposed incident occurred. The outlet added that the audience seemed to enjoy Rock's take on the former couple. As photographs and audio connected to their claims continued to be revealed during the live streams of the legal battle, some of the evidence in the trial left celebrities looking to speak out on the case. Ireland Baldwin shared a screenshot from the trial showing Depp listening to an audio clip of Heard admitting to putting her hands on him.
"I'm sorry that I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you. Babe, you're not punched."
While her post has disappeared since Baldwin shared it on her Instagram story, Baldwin's message clearly condemned Heard while showing support for Depp. Baldwin wrote on the screenshot, "I know women who are exactly like this. They are manipulative and cold, and they use their very womanhood to play victim and turn the world against the man." The model continued to say that abuse can happen to anyone, before adding that she believed that Amber Heard was a terrible person. The rest of the message expressed hope for Depp, with Baldwin saying that she wanted the actor to be able to fix his public image and be able to appear in additional Pirates of the Caribbean movies. As celebrities continue to weigh in on the defamation trial, comedian and podcaster Joe Rogan decided to offer his opinion on Johnny Depp and Amber Heard during a recent episode of his popular show, The Joe Rogan Experience. Rogan and his guest, comedian Jessica Kirson, discussed the lawsuit, with the host stating, "I'm watching this trial and, it's a cautionary tale." As the pair dove into some of the claims in the defamation case, they discussed the defecation allegation, as well as the Milani makeup controversy. As he continued, Rogan also brought up comedian Doug Stanhope, who Heard sued for writing an article for The Wrap alleging that the Aquaman actor was trying to blackmail Depp during their divorce. He claimed that the comedian had said that Heard was out of her mind. The podcaster went on to say that the only good thing that would happen if Depp did end up winning the defamation trial would be that people would know what happened, he said.
Everyone knows now, there's something wrong with her.
Rogan also touched on Disney's choice to sever ties with Depp, summing up the situation by saying, "A big loss for Pirates of the Caribbean. You got rid of the best pirate you ever had, for a crazy lady." During a recent episode of his series Monday Morning Podcast, comedian Bill Burr offered his thoughts on the trial and shared his support for Depp, saying that he was too big of a Johnny Depp fan to watch the court case as it unfolded. Burr then went on to clarify that his feelings for the actor made him reluctant to hear all of the celebrity's personal details, but added that he believed Depp was doing very well in the trial based on the parts of the trial he had viewed. The podcaster also noted that he was curious if those who initially supported Heard would offer public apologies if the actress was revealed to have lied about her allegations. Additionally, Burr stated that he was baffled by the reactions from women's groups. He questioned why they wouldn't be upset if Heard did end up being exposed for lying by the end of the trial because it, quote, really hurts their position. Burr likewise expressed further disappointment, saying, "For someone to go out and lie about it, it hurts the people that are actually in it." With the trial having ended with Heard being found to have defamed Depp with her abuse allegations, it looks like Burr will get to see that response play out. Burr then revealed some advice he once received about what he should do if he ever found himself on the receiving end of physical violence from a woman. The comedian stated that he was told to lock himself in the bathroom and remove himself and de-escalate the situation, just like Johnny Depp was alleged to have done during the trial. With so much focus on the trial, it's no surprise that Jennifer Aniston's subtle gesture of support towards Johnny Depp was quickly noticed by eagle-eyed fans. Aniston was reported to have followed Depp on social media sometime around May 5th. Interestingly, she was not following Heard on Instagram at the time that she followed Depp. While Aniston hasn't made any public statements regarding the lawsuit, the high-profile status of the case has made even modest gestures like Aniston's quite noteworthy. Aniston's choice isn't the only celebrity action on Instagram that made headlines with regards to the actor's legal battle in Virginia. Around the start of the trial, Heard's co-star Jason Momoa had also followed Depp on Instagram, though he was already following Heard. At the same time, Aquaman 2 director James Wan unfollowed Heard amid the legal proceedings. One of Johnny Depp's former flames, actress Ellen Barkin, previously provided a statement on behalf of Amber Heard during Depp's 2020 libel lawsuit against the Sun newspaper. At the time, Barkin's testimony claimed that Depp was abusive during their relationship and exhibited questionable behavior. In response to her claims, Depp reportedly said that Barkin's statement was false, saying, "She wanted a proper relationship with me, and I did not want that." He added that her allegations were a result of her holding a grudge. Similarly, for the Depp versus Heard defamation trial, Barkin again testified for Heard in a pre-recorded deposition. After confirming that the actors initially had a strictly platonic friendship, Barkin said that the pair's relationship became romantic sometime around 1994. The actor then spoke about Depp's behavior, alleging that he was often intoxicated and describing him as controlling and jealous. When asked if she could recall an instance of Depp exhibiting his alleged out-of-control behavior, Barkin replied,
Mr. Depp threw a wine bottle across the room, the hotel room on one instance in Las Vegas.
She said that the violent behavior was caused by a fight between Depp and someone else, either a friend or an assistant, but she admitted that she couldn't specifically recall who. Even former President Donald Trump has chimed in and offered his opinion on the legal battle, as well as the actors' relationship. On Truth Social, Trump asked his followers if they were tuning in for the case in Virginia before stating, "What a lovely couple." Trump then summed up the events that led to the ex's current legal situation in his own words. He stated, "First of all, Johnny sued her for writing an article in a tiny outlet that practically nobody reads because he didn't want to get bad publicity." He, of course, was referring to Heard's op-ed in the Washington Post, which sparked the defamation lawsuit from Depp's side. The businessman then went on to mock the actor's decision, saying, "How did that work out?" That statement was a reference to Heard's countersuit of $100 million. The former commander-in-chief also noted that the charges in the defamation case were many and salacious, adding that the nicest allegation was the claim that Heard severed the tip of Depp's finger with a bottle. He wrote, "She must have a Sandy Koufax type of arm." The former president finished his statement by questioning, will they get back together and live happily in peace? While plenty of celebrities were razor-focused on the trial, there's at least one star who had no interest in following the case and isn't afraid to make her feelings known. On May 17th, Kirstie Alley tweeted her take on the publicized legal battle, saying, "I don't quite understand this trial between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard." The Cheers star then added that she didn't really understand how the lawsuit was beneficial to anyone involved. She said, "Just seems like a typical day in the life of an extremely talented drug addict and an extremely beautiful narcissist." Shortly afterward, Alley addressed her fans again about the Depp and Heard situation on Twitter, sharing a clip of a train crashing along with the caption, "I have friends who are watching this Johnny Depp-Amber Heard trial all day long like it's a novella. I tried tuning in, but..." While Alley clearly wasn't interested in the trial, it's worth noting that the actor remarked on Twitter that she believed those facing allegations should have the right to confront their accusers before facing consequences. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about your favorite celebs are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.